Step by step, we trace the way through ancient lands where saints did pray. The stories told, the lessons learned, in faith and hope, our hearts return. Walk the path of faith so bold, through the trails of stories old. With every step, His truth we find. In the footsteps of the faithful, we are led in time. Step by step, we trace the way through ancient lands where saints step.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the West Virginia Wire. My name is Big Russ, and I've got my beautiful wife, Regina, here. And we welcome you to our Sunday discussions. So much to talk about. We're not going to be on here for very long, but we wanted to get on here and go over some things with you and talk about our very first year. Today is our anniversary for our 1 year that we've been doing the podcasting thing. And so we wanted to talk about that a little bit. It hasn't all been fantastic, but it all hasn't been bad either. We've learned a whole lot of stuff this year, and we promise to keep going. I mean, we've had some knockdown dragouts over it. We've argued, fought, fussed, but we made it. We pushed through, and we've done what I think a lot of people haven't been able to do, and that's to stick with it. And so we're still here. We've got lots of good things going on that we will be talking about here in just a few minutes on projects that we've got, and invite you to come in and come along for the ride with us. So with that being said, Babe, do you have anything that you want to say about our first year? Or I know it's a special day for you. I'll let you tell that, and then anything else that you want to talk about as far as our first year in the podcasting world.
Thanks, babe. Well, the first thing I'd like to say is thank you to you, absolutely, because without you, none of this would be possible. And it all started with my love of reading, and especially the Bible. And I just kept reading it. And, we've been to many churches, we've met many people, and I think that all the answers are in the Bible. I think it's in the written word. And so I started on my voice recorder app, and I was like, do you think I could be good at this? And he's like, yeah, why don't, and then, through that we had met some people, and I never really thought that I would start a podcast on my own. I always thought that I would be on someone else's, and I had offers. People had asked me to come do stuff, and then, things just never worked out. We went different paths, but then Big Russ is like, you know what, why don't you just start one? And I was like, okay. I had no idea what I was getting into, but so this time last year, we started out on Facebook Live. I hadn't even earned my YouTube status. I was on Rumble, but didn't know about streaming and all that. So you guys, if you're just now joining us, welcome. Tonight is Sunday night discussions. We are launching our Faithful Footsteps of the Old Testament Trail. And if you joined us this morning for the pre-record, well, we launched out day one of Faithful Footsteps of the Old Testament Trail. So we've launched out. We're big fans of reading things how they happen. So this is a journey through the Old Testament of the Bible in chronological order. So if it seems like we're skipping around, we are, only to make it come together chronologically. So this year has been a struggle. There's been so many times I've threatened to throw things in the stream. Like I've met a lot of people, but I think the biggest thing through all this was hoping to forge relationships. And when we started this, a lot of things had happened and we noticed things happening around us. And so I was like, you know what? We can't just like lump up and complain about stuff. We kind of have to do something about it. So through this journey, we do have a meeting with our sheriff, which I'm hugely excited about. We're getting to know our local community and hopefully we'll get to know everyone in our government. But I mean, it started out as a way to honor my father. And today's his birthday, and he was born February 2nd, 1945. He left this earthly realm November 19th, 2010. You guys, I'm going to pull up a picture of my father. I thought I was. Hold on, give me a second. So, Big Russ created all the original music. He used a tool. I'll let him tell you if he wants to tell the secrets. I don't know. We might have to keep something. Nope. He says no, and I don't blame him. Me, I'm no gatekeeper. I'm an open book, but some things we kind of maybe have to keep close to our hearts. So we were running into copyright issues, and if I use someone else's material, we pay a subscription. So we should be able to use it for stuff if they offer it, as like if we're making a video and we want to put music over it or a soundtrack, and or maybe use some filters. Well, now it's getting to the point on YouTube, especially, that they throw a warning on you. On Facebook, I didn't even know I could get earn ad revenue on Facebook. And then I've been told on a couple of my content that I have to share ad revenue with 22 other entities. I'm like, I don't care, because like I'm so small right now. It doesn't really, I'm not greedy, so I'll get mine, and the Lord will provide what we need. So you guys, my father, Robert Landon Duke Jr., babe, why don't you talk to them and tell them a little bit about what you know about my dad, the Master Chief. Let's honor him a little bit, and then we'll talk a little bit more about our podcast.
Yeah, what an awesome man he was. I got to know him for a few years before he passed, but very, very good man, very honorable man. Got to go spend time with him down in Florence, where he and your mom lived. Got to take an awesome trip to out to Texas to meet his side of the family. One year we spent some time out there. That was a lot of fun. So, I definitely miss him a lot. He was a really good man. But I did get to spend some good quality time with him before he passed. So,
Yeah, I was trying to find the pictures. So keep talking to. I'm
yeah,
actually just gonna
able
go
to,
ahead and do the share screen.
yeah. If you're not able to pull up anything, that,
Oh, I'm going to. You know me.
but you can keep working on it. But I do want to just say that uh, one of the things that I like the most about this whole podcasting thing is the one that I get to be the most involved with, and that is doing the Bible study with you. Like, I really, really enjoy that. And so that's my favorite thing to do. And who better to do it with than your spouse? So I enjoy doing that. And we just got started with the Old Testament, and by the next episode, which will be on Wednesday, we will be into the book of Enoch. And all I can say, guys, is just bear with us, because the book of Enoch is not an easy one to dissect and stuff. We're going to try to get some more info on that to shed. But as you go through the reading with us in that book, you will understand probably why they couldn't add that to the Bible. And then a lot of it will just, your mind's just going to be kind of blown. Like, that's what it was for me. It's just like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I will say, wives, we have to sometimes think outside the box. Our husbands have a lot on their plate, providing for families and such. I don't know why all these backgrounds keep coming up. Please forgive me. You guys just bear with us. And tonight's all encompassing anyway, because
That's
anyway, so
it showcases everything that we're about, and we're going to get into some more of the stuff that we are doing or just started or whatever. So, uh,
yeah. So
we
what I was gonna say was though that it was always my hope that Rusty, because I started the voice recording app, and I started we started this journey actually with our Job journey, right? Remember, and that was the book of Job, and then eventually I took all of it down off of YouTube, and I had to get storage with StreamYard when we started using that. So we started our Job journey 1 year ago today, and I'll never forget. Do you remember the emotion I had when I finished it, when I finally finished it? So I started by doing pre-records, uploading it to YouTube until I got my live status. Then I would go live directly from YouTube. Then came StreamYard. The yard is what I call it. Anyway, so from that, we've just grown, gotten more creative, and it is just the two of us. I will say, though, I do want to do a huge shout out to all the people that are in the podcasting community, because it does take a lot of work. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of dedication. And all I had ever hoped for was that my husband would want to read the Bible with me, and that we would take this journey together, not, come from an unbiased perspective. And it is hard if you've been indoctrinated, if you've never, you know, only known the Bible through going to church. And if you read it cover to cover, you're going to be even more confused, because that's not the way it actually happened. There's so many different authors that contributed to the Christian Holy Bible, as well as any other, the Tanakh, the Torah, all of it, the Quran, all of it. So we sought to explore the people, right? Because it's all about relationships. It's about that relationship with Christ Jesus. That's all it's ever been about, and that's the one thing that we wanted to explore even more. And I'm even more excited about, getting into the book of Enoch. And when I tell you, we can't help you out very much. We read it and we were scratching our heads a lot. So we're hoping to build a community, and any of you that are interested in this, and uh we want to build a community. We will say it again. Now, with the age of Christ Jesus, and thank God he died for us on the cross the way that he did, because he embodied every mental illness, if you can even call it that. He took every demon of sickness, he took every demon of infirmity, every demon of depression, all of it. He took all of it, right? And I think that we get that confused. But when you read the Bible the way that it happened, and then you can enjoy other people's company and listen to their journeys. So, am I going to just walk up to someone on the street and say, "Hey, do you know Jesus Christ? Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior?" Probably not. I'm probably going to ask them their name, how they are, who they are. And normally you'll find out if someone worships Jesus Christ through the words they speak and the way that they act. So, no, it's not about shoving the Bible down anyone's throat. It's more on getting to know each other and honoring and worshiping the same things.
Very well said. And like I said, we would love to have as many people follow us on that journey as possible. We're going to be our pre-records are going to be launched out on Wednesday and Sundays, and then about once a month, like probably a month from now on a Sunday, or it could be on a Wednesday evening. Whatever works out better for us in our schedules, we will do a live and kind of recap where we're at in that Bible study, what we've learned so far. Try to explain anything that might have been that we might have had trouble understanding. That'll give us some time to do a little research on that and get kind of caught back up,
Totally.
and we can kind of explain, because the whole idea is for us to read it together. And really, we're not experts in the Bible. I'm not a pastor, and neither is she. And that's not what our intent is. Our intent is to spread the message with as many people as possible. And then mostly just to try to compare the different translations and see how similar they are, how different they are.
And explore more than anything. Let's look more for the similarities, but also explore not just the written word, but archaeological findings, And I did want to add before I forgot, and I'm terrible at interrupting him, but he's so patient with me. Thank you, husband. But the main goal was that, we would form a community that I just forgot what I was gonna say, baby, and I feel like it was really important. You were talking about the reading the Bible. Oh my gosh. I can't stand when I do this.
It's all right, but yes, we'll be doing that on Wednesday and Sunday. So please, if you have time in your schedule to join us, or go back, it's going to be on all platforms, and once it's out, you can go back at any time and listen to it on your way to work, on your way home from
Oh,
work.
I know what I was gonna say. I
What?
remember what I was gonna say. So yes, the reason we chose so this is gonna be a multi-year journey, you guys. So, normally if you were to read the Old Testament in every day, it would take about 270 days to read it. And then remember, we're including the book of Enoch as well. And we did pull from a chronological reading plan. I thought that it was like the book of Job, that, it was already in chronological order, but we quickly found that that is not the case. And man, it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's almost like watching a movie but reading it, and then you get these visuals. And then we also pulled some great visual aid using Grok on the X platform as well as Chat GPT. So, I mean, we've pulled from everything, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, anyway, yes, sorry about that. We did it twice a week so that, it's a lot to absorb. And I think even going back and watching it for us, and we need at least a week to absorb 2 of those readings. I mean, I think I would need a week to reread it and and absorb it and all of that. I don't know, but
Well, that's the whole intent behind reading the Bible, anyway, is that you go back and reread stuff, especially the parts that you don't necessarily understand or whatever. So, but anyway, so we'll be doing that. Other projects that we have going on. We are in the middle of reading Hillbilly Elegy. We do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, correct?
yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. So I was releasing the pre-records and then having a live open discussion. I just gone back to my original format where I just do the live and I read it live. So you guys, we only have 6 more chapters to go, and that's 3 more weeks. So starting this week, let's see, we'll be doing chapter 10. We left off with chapter 9, and that was exciting. And especially with the footage that I came across, it was actually a Sean Hannity interview that JD Vance. I did the key search word JD Vance today on YouTube, and it pulled up. And the very opening thing that Sean Hannity said was about the book Hillbilly Elegy. So yeah.
Yeah, so we thought that was really important because of him being our VP. So we actually started it right before. I think he was.
He hadn't been elected. We
Yeah,
started it like a few weeks before.
yeah. Oh no, was it right before he was elected, or before they were inaugurated? Like,
It was before they were inaugurated. That's
just
right, because I
right
had to,
before
because I had to keep referring to him as vice president elect.
that. So yeah, that we wanted everybody to get to know him, who he is, how he came to be, where he's at today, and we thought that was really important. So we will always try to keep our content um, to something that is relative to what is going on today. So, we bounced around some ideas of relaunching the killing series that we did at some point last year, especially Killing Jesus by Bill O'Reilly
And Martin Dugard.
and Martin Dugard, especially with us reading the Old Testament. Anytime we're reading the Bible, to have a different perspective like that thrown into it kind of helps understand a little bit better some references that are made. So we
And the
wanted
main reason we wanted to revive especially killing Kennedy, the end of Camelot, because it gives a lot of insight into MLK Jr. and what happened with all of that. And then the full set of killing Lincoln, the shocking assassination that changed America forever, is already up on YouTube. I believe it's still up on Rumble. Um, but yeah, I definitely want to get, and then Killing Jesus. We did Killing Jesus, and we started that on Good Friday last year. So I think while reading the Old Testament, it would be good to read a secular book about Jesus of Nazareth, because they never refer to him as Jesus the Messiah. They refer to him as Jesus of Nazareth. So that again is by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard.
Yeah, so that's one that we want to launch out again. We've also on Wednesdays started a West Virginia Wire Watchdog Wednesdays, where we bring it to local West Virginia news. It includes like some weather and sports and that kind of thing too, but we mainly want to call out good news or newsworthy information for the local state that we live in, which is West Virginia. We're in the southern part in Boone County, and we, like she had mentioned earlier when we first started, that we want to get to know our community, which does include government, law enforcement, and all that, so we can understand how the state got to be where it's at today, economically, as far as who has jurisdiction over law enforcement.
Oh yeah,
Anything,
all of that.
and anything else that we can come up with in our research of our news on the state that we live in. So watch us every Wednesday with that. It's called Watchdog Wednesdays, and we will, if you're from the area, we'll also have this coming Wednesday. We'll have our a special guest, Paul, the insurrectionist. He
Paul
was
Spiegelmeier.
he was on our last show. He will be back again with some more information about himself and.
And then we already have somebody lined up for the following
for the
Wednesday
following
too.
week.
Yes.
He also is a small or medium-sized content creator. What's the name of his channel again? I think it's the Mixed Texan.
Mixed Texan Report. You can find him on YouTube. He's also on the X platform. He's pretty professional. That's why I was pretty excited that he got back to me. So
he'll be joining us live on our next show as a guest.
No, the one after, babe.
Or the one after.
Paul Spiegelmeier is next week, and then Donovan agreed the week after.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. We got two solid shows booked up, ready to go.
I will get back to reading more books to you guys. Don't worry. And if you have a suggestion, but on the lineup right now in my head, reviving the Killing series, like we said, but I wanted to do 3 more books in the Killing series by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. That included Killing the Rising Sun, Killing Reagan, and then I wanted the audience to choose a 3rd one in the book nook. Then I want to do Flowers for Algernon, Code Talker, Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes, Code Talker by Joseph Richak, as well as the new book by, well, I don't know if it's a new book or not, but it's The War on Education by Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, we thought that one was pretty good to do, so people could get to know our new Secretary of Defense.
And for all you ladies out there, we are going to do A Woman Makes a Plan by Mae Musk, the good Mae Musk, the mother of Elon Musk. So that's on the agenda.
Probably be able to give some insight onto Elon Musk with her book.
Well, I did I ever tell you why I wanted to do
his
that?
new book. You could do if RFK gets confirmed. He's written like 5 or 6 books.
We will
on health and stuff. So,
but I wanted to finish what I was going to say about Mae Musk. So, when you said she could give insight, so that's what attracted me to want to read her book because I think they were doing a promo thing and she gave an interview and she talked about what it was like to be the mother of a genius, right? And what it was like to tell the schools or try to talk to them that, no, my child really is different. And the conundrum that it landed her in because, of course, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, every mother thinks their child is special or a genius or whatever. So, the just her calm manner, and then especially the way that, his father came out in support of him under all these attacks, like, that I mean, that's when you really know what someone's about, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and then we're doing the Regina reacts too, so, but I did find those Facebook pictures too, so keep going.
Yeah, we'll do some. She'll do some reaction videos of different things that we find interesting or funny or whatever. I think the last one she did was on the Lyft company that declined a lady because of how big she was. So
And I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm doing a follow-up to that, and I think my friend from the Mixed Texan Report might send me something. I don't know if he's gonna get involved in it, but he did some content on it too. But something is not passing the scratch and sniff test with me, or it doesn't pass the sniff test, so I think we need to scratch the surface just a little bit deeper. So if anybody knows of this Lyft driver, Abraham, or where he might be, I'm just wondering why Lyft acquiesced so quickly to apologize and then to say that they fired the driver. And I wonder if anybody's dug into the HR records at Lyft and what their hiring policies are, if they're independent contractors, what proof of whatever. I don't know what the situation is. And if the Lyft driver is truly a victim in all of this, then, there's a lot of people out there that want to help him out. So where is he? So all we know right now is Abraham, and every other news outlet is I think you even said that you heard him referred to as a John Doe.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I don't know. It sounds a little sus to me. So you guys hang
Yeah,
out for the next couple days.
The cool people say the math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathin'. It is not mathin'. I will tell you that right now. The math ain't mathin'. Because here's what I'm thinking. I had already thought it, but the Hodge twins, I think they did a follow up on it, or they did do a follow up on it. And they were like, well, maybe they planned it together. And I'm like, no way. Did somebody else think that? So, it is a possibility. She is an aspiring rap artist. So I have pulled up her Instagram, all of it, and we're going to take a look at it because when I looked at the original content that was on her Instagram that she videoed him, it didn't look like, I was trying to look at the exact numbers, but it really didn't look like that it had all that many views for the incident happened on January 19th, or that's when she uploaded the video. I don't know what the actual timestamp is on the video, if she was live when she did it, but I think we need to ask more questions because all the way around it stinks. It doesn't matter how it came out. If she planned it, no matter what her motives are, if she truly feels like she's a victim, that's an even bigger, forgive that. That's a whole nother problem. That's a whole nother problem. So I am going to be doing a follow up to the heavy lift, which is what I titled it. It'll be called the heavy lift, or it'll be called heavy lift, the second haul. Because, my cousins were a little hefty and they were brothers and sisters and they would pick on each other. And my cousin would tell his sister, somebody told you to haul ass, you'd have to make 3 trips.
But so yeah, we've got lots of stuff still planned as we continue to grow. So thanks everybody who has subscribed to our channel.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Followed us, watched
all of it,
all of our content. That's the main thing that's helping us stay in the index and get our videos played more often.
And please tell us if we're boring. If we're boring, we need to know.
And whatever we can do to make things better, or anything that you would like to see us cover, we'll be glad to. I mean, that's what we want to do, is involve the community. You guys are our community. So there's some pictures you got rolled up there of your dad.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's my dad and my good queen mother, his wife. So this is Robert Landon Duke Jr., born February 2nd, 1945, left this earthly realm November 19th, 2010. So here's like a collage of him. That's our oldest daughter. She's 32, you guys. Any of you that know me, please keep her information confidential until she decides she wants to come forth. And yep, that was me in the 1990s. Yep, that right here, your 12 o'clock position, baby. Oh my. So, and I don't know who. Oh, that's Rosie.
yeah, that
That's
picture.
Rosie. These
Yep.
are Rosie.
There he is again.
Yep. Yep. He was master. So in fact, I have a letter from I have several letters. One of the letters was a letter of recommendation or recognition. He was the youngest to make senior chief for his time. And I'll have to do the math to see what his age was, but he ended up making Master Chief not long after that. And then he was Master Chief of Command for the base in Rhode Island, Newport, Rhode Island. He served on the following ships: the USS Forrestal, the USS Ajax, the USS Canopus. What am I forgetting? The Forrestal, the Ajax, the Canopus, it'll come to me, you guys. But anyway, Master Chief, you can go back to sleep now. We're getting all this silliness and craziness under control.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Duke. And thank you for letting me have your beautiful daughter.
Yeah, and this is that's our oldest. But this is right before he passed. He went to the Grand Canyon. That was the one thing that he wanted to do when the doctors told him, "Hey, you know, go do what you want to do." And he had sailed around the world serving in our United States Navy. So he lived a good life. He lived a good life. I mean, I hated the way he went out, but that's another story for another time, you guys. We honor you, Master Chief, and we thank you. And we made it 1 year of this podcast. I wasn't sure because you remember when we got the account banned, like somebody reported us,
Mm-hmm.
and Facebook was the only place I had live capability. I didn't even have live capability on TikTok anywhere. And the Lord provided. I lodged or I appealed it and told Facebook what was going on. And so they at least let me do the live. I just couldn't comment. I couldn't share it. I couldn't do any of that. But no worries. We're still here a year later.
We are. We fought through all that stuff and we made it through. And I think this next year is going to be even better. So thanks again for everybody for everything that you've contributed. We sincerely appreciate it. Is there anything else that are we going to close this thing out?
No, I think we could close it out. We said we were going to, get on here, be brief. We've been lazy today. It's been one of those days. So, we are working on getting content together, putting stuff together, and we're always open to collaborating with people. I do want to make this comment, though. Through this past year, the biggest thing I've learned is, I never will pass up an opportunity. I treat every interaction as if it were an audition, and there's nothing wrong with that. And in building relationships, it doesn't, I always seek to support. If someone goes on, I will keep supporting them because I want them to get bigger. Hopefully they will remember me, and I hope I will always remember you. I do have a good memory, so, but always remember it. No matter what happens, whatever God has, keep following the path and just focus on the relationship, I would say.
Absolutely. Good words. Good words. All right. We appreciate it. I'm Big Russ, Regina, and we will go catch us on Tuesday for Bobina's Book Nook, Hillbilly Elegy, Chapter 10. Wednesday, Faithful Footsteps. We'll be getting into the Book of Enoch on that one. And then Thursday or Wednesday also, we will have Watchdog Wednesdays. And then Thursday again for the Book Nook. And then back again on Sunday. So we've got a couple days in between for prepare for the other shows and stuff. So, but
Yeah.
out, you'll see us, pretty much running live or pre-records for the most part. But they'll go out exactly on those days, so you won't have to worry about trying to find us or if we actually went out or not. But you will find us out there at Regina Connell on YouTube. We are on X at Queen. Is it Queen Connell 16 or Queen Regina?
Oh, look, baby, we got comments, and I had to make. So, Christian Tate, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you, Christian Tate. I am so sorry. I'm just now seeing that. Keep going, babe.
I responded to him.
Oh, did you see how slow I am? I'm usually all over this. I'm just good at interrupting people. Sorry.
But
You guys, please be looking out in the next couple of days for the follow-up to this heavy lift, the second haul. I'm hoping in that time I'll find out who this driver is or find out more information. I'm just not sure. I think this guy's kind of slipped away into the night. If there's a lawsuit, I don't think they would hold him personally culpable, and I'm not sure how they could. I just don't understand why Lyft would acquiesce so quickly. Anyway.
All right. We're out.
We're off like a dirty shirt. I mean, I'm gonna have to really work these. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to play real quick. So, and then we'll get out of here. What do you say? Let's get out of here now.
Good.
I love you. You guys, thank you for watching. And please, if you want to sew in further, just watch the whole of our content. We need the watch time hours. Be blessed, y'all.
Rise and shine. It's a brand new day. Got the world on my mind. Ain't no time to play. Chasing dreams, running fast, feeling no delay. We're the watchdogs, always watching what they say. Eyes wide open, we're taking what's ours. Breaking through the silence, aiming for the stars.